beautiful people, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. My name is Georgia. So as you could tell from the title, we're going to do a recap and a review of a new show on the OWN network, Family Empire Houston, and it's season 1 episode 2, titled Skeletons in the Family Closet. So we left off where we had the sister cousins having a meeting, and we had Jaquita and Jamisha saying that there was a wall up between Nicole and Lakeisha. They're sisters. I'm still getting to know everybody and the relationships, of course. They're sisters, and they're really, according to Lakeisha, she said they were fine when they were younger, but as they got older, they felt that they grew apart. So I believe it was Jaquita who made a joke that there's a wall up between the two sisters and they need to get it down. Nicole didn't find that to be funny, so at her house, at Jaquita's house, Nicole got up and left, and she was like, "Take this mic off of me," and that's how the episode ended last time. So now we're starting out this episode. We are at Nicole's house. It is 4 a.m. Nicole tells us that, her day is pretty hectic. She's going from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And she needs her hair done. So she have her hairstylist, who is a family friend of Larry, comes over at 4 a.m. to do her hair. That's early. 4 a.m. is early, but if that's what works for them, that works for them. The friend was making a joke saying, "Girl, if you're going to have me over here this early, you might as well make breakfast for me." Nicole was like, "Nope, not happening. Just do my hair, please, so I could get going." It seems like Larry works overnight, and he was coming home between the time that, she was getting her hair done, and for her to get her daughter up to get her ready for school. So Larry works overnight. At least, he said he'll be working overnight for the next 2 weeks, and then his schedule should be back to normal. And she not waited up, but, she made sure that she was there when he came home. She's telling him about what happened at Jaquita's house, about, them having up a wall, and Larry advised her, why don't you just meet with Lakeisha one-on-one, and then you guys could talk about it. So she's like, "You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I like the fact that, I'm able to talk to you, because sometimes I don't feel like I have nobody else to talk to." And, they did some sort of flashback or something when they had their conversation about them not spending enough time together. So I think with Larry and Nicole, it's just that their schedule, as most married couples, most relationships are, if you're on a different work schedule, it's really hard to find quality time to spend with each other. So they ended that scene with those two right there. Now we have Jamisha. She went to see her mom. Her mom is Jackie. And then we have Grandma Oscarine. So apparently they own like a banquet hall, some sort of event space. And they were getting ready for 2 events that they have that weekend coming up. So Jamisha went to talk to them. I think she went to help them, but it just so happens that they happened to talk about the property. Jamisha was able to talk to her grandma, to tell her about, we know that you want to be able to leave something for your kids, the G1s, but if we could get the G1s and the G2 to work together to get that property, build it out, and get rental apartments in there, then would you consider not selling it? So Grandma Oscarine says she'll think about it, and she might get her to take down the sign, and she wants to be able to hold on to the land. She went in to tell us that when their grandparents purchased the land, and it was very emotional. So when they went to purchase the land back then, they weren't able to get loans from banks and stuff, so they actually had to pay for all of those properties out of pocket. And it's a shame that they had to do that, because banks weren't giving loans to African Americans. So they did what they had to do to make sure that they build a legacy for their family, and she wants to be able to keep the land in the family and make sure that they have generational wealth going on for their families, because they have kids that they have to look out for too as well. So she's thinking about it, and I guess we'll find out down the line what she decides to do. So that was the conversation between Jarmisha, her mom Jackie, and Grandma Oscarine. So we leave that scene now, and the next scene we have Nicole. She's texting the girls. She's telling them, you know, let's do a girls' night out together, or in a girls' night in together, and she'll come up with something for them to do. And that was a really quick scene. Then we have Lakeisha and her girlfriend Caramel. So we find out that Lakeisha is in a relationship with Caramel. They went out to have dinner, and we found out that they've been dating for 2 years. It was actually Lakeisha who not stepped to, but actually reached out to Caramel on Facebook, she said, and that, you know, they've been dating for 2 years, and they've been dating for 2 years, and she wants them to move on to the next phase of their relationship. So Caramel, she's telling Caramel that she wants to go meet with, that Nicole reached out to her actually, and wants to meet one-on-one before they actually meet as a group for the girls' night in. And Caramel was like, is this another ambush? So I don't know what that was about, because when was the first ambush? I guess we'll find out later on down the line. So she's telling Caramel how she felt as a youngster, but as she became a teenager, she said she kind of felt left out, and she wants to talk about the disconnect that she has with her sister Nicole. So as I don't know if I told you this, but Lakeisha and Nicole are sisters, same father, different mother, and they are the same age. Yeah, so you know what that means. So she's like, all right, we're gonna talk about it and see, you know, where we go from there. All right, I'm kind of moving through this fast because this is just the second episode. We're still getting to know everybody. So now we have Aunt Nikki, who we already met in episode 1. We have Auntie Cheryl, Auntie Jackie, and Aunt Charlotte. And I'm wondering if Cheryl and Charlotte are twins, because they look so much alike to me. But they're again at the event space that they own, and they're getting set up for casino night. They have an event coming up that they have to cater, which is casino night. They're talking about the properties. We see Aunt Charlotte come in, and she's like, listen, I don't got time for this. I work nights. I am not retired like you, Cheryl. And Cheryl's like, but I've already moved all these tables, so you don't have much to do, because they said we left some work for you. She was like, I work nights. I ain't got time for all of this. And then she said to Cheryl, but you're built for this. When Cheryl told her she moved all the tables by herself already, she told her, you're built for this. No, I know they were joking, but them the fighting words. Aunt Cheryl started taking off her earrings, like, what, you want to do something? Yeah, let's go. So the other Aunt Jackie wasn't at this meeting. I'm sorry. Aunt Nikki found that to be funny, but she's like, girls, I got to talk to you about something. Let's talk about the property. So she told them that, you know, their mom is considering taking the property off the market because she's not sure she wants to keep it in the family. So she's still thinking about it. And the other ladies were like, well, let's see, you know. They were like, why? And then Aunt Nikki said because the G2 wants it. The Generation 2 wants it, which is Nicole, Jaquita, Lakeisha, and Moni. Let's not forget Moni and Nicole. So they were like, well, we're not about to give it to, she's not about to give it to them, right? Like, no, they're going to have to pay for it. And we all know that Oscarine mom is not going to give a discount. So at one point during the meeting with Jarmisha and Grandma Oscarine, she told them that let me see what she told. She said, I'm selling, not giving. So she made that clear. And they said she is not about to give a discount. So if they want it, they're gonna have to buy it and do what they want with it. So Maybe they will. Maybe she'll change her mind and give it to them at a discount. So that's how the ladies are saying that, you know, we thought this was going to be sold to pay off our properties. But I would think that they would want to get on board to make sure that, as one of them said, do not disrupt the order of things, where, because these are mothers of the G2s. And the order of things is to pass it down to the next generation. So they were hoping to get the property, but then again, that's not what they were saying. They really wanted, I guess they want to get their houses paid off so they could, you know, not have to work so hard. We have, I believe, one of the ladies who's already retired, and I think Aunt Jackie, who is also Jaquita and Jarmisha's mom. She's retired from the post office as well, but they still want to have their mortgages paid off. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out as we keep going along. So that was the scene between the three sisters. Now we're at Nicole's house. This is where she's going to meet up with Lakeisha. And before we see Lakeisha comes over, she calls Jaquita. I think from Jaquita made her upset. Jaquita sent her some cookies to make up for it. She said she ate one of the cookies before she threw them away. And yeah, she's kind of forgiven now, but she don't understand why Jaquita's sending her food when Jaquita is supposed to be, you know, trying to lose the weight. So Jaquita says she's gonna do a colonic, and that should help with the weight loss. Of course, Nicole found that funny, so she was laughing at that. That's one way to do it, but the most effective way is to do your cardio, which is like walk 30 minutes per day, and then also watch what you eat. So hopefully, you know, she didn't go through with the colonic, but she thanked her and appreciated the cookies. So now we see Lakeisha comes in. She just lets herself in. Nicole was like, girl, you just gonna walk in my house like that? Lakeisha was like, why not? The door's open. Why not just come on in? So I guess that's what she did. They hugged each other, and I think they got right into talking. Nicole apologized. She said, I may not have made you feel, you know, welcome to talk to me. I may not have made, you know, open to talk to me. She said, sometimes it hurts because, you know, I want a relationship with you. And Lakeisha was like, girl, don't cry. Because at one point she started crying. Because she said, don't feel bad for me, because I actually had a good life. You know, life wasn't hard for me. It's just that I wanted a closer relationship with you and with my sisters. And she's kind of Nicole was kind of making an excuse for their dad, saying that, you know, when Papa, which is Frank, passed away, their father, Frank Jr., aka Baba, took it really hard. I think he's the only boy in the group of kids. There's 5 of them, and he's the only boy. So he took it really hard, and then Nicole had to be extra strong to be there for her dad, and he told her that he appreciated all that. And I'm not quite sure why she told Lakeisha that. I don't know. Nah, let's not even take it there. But at least he had somebody to lean on when his dad passed away. I mean, he had his sisters and so on and so forth. But I think Nicole is trying to not make her dad look so bad in front of her sister and in front of us. Yeah, she's protecting her dad. Which, you know, daddy's girl will go ahead and do that. But I guess Lakeisha also wanted to be daddy's girl. Because who don't want to be daddy's girl? Everybody wants to be a daddy's girl. So that's where we are with it. So her and her sister vowed to do things more often. Nicole told her, you know, I plan to include you in more stuff. And I'm still not understanding what it is. What position does Lakeisha have at Braden Realty? Because we didn't see her in the group photo. She was actually helping Chris out with the photo shoot. And I'm assuming she's into marketing. Well, we'll find out as time goes on. But I thought by now we would have known, you know, what she does with the company. Because according to Nicole, everybody works for Braden. So I want to know what Nicole does. So they had their little talk. They told each other, you know, let's try to communicate more, because, you know, I want a better relationship with you. And then she's telling her about, she already told her about the girls' night in. So she was like, what you think we should get? And Lakeisha was like, why don't you just get some hors d'oeuvres? And Nicole was like, you crazy girl, the way Jaquita like to eat, there's no way that we could just get hors d'oeuvres. And she's like, and we gotta make sure that we keep the drink minimum down, because when Jaquita gets drinks into her, she's a totally different person. As long as you guys don't have a charcuterie board, I'm fine with that, because all of these reality TV shows that I'm watching, every one of them at some episode in the season pulls out a charcuterie board. I'm like, where's the food? I'm right there with Jaquita. Where's the food? Feed me. So that was a nice kiki moment with them talking about the way Jaquita likes her food and she likes her drinks. So now we leave that scene and we are at Jarmisha's house. Another one walks in. Jaquita just comes on over and lets herself in. Jarmisha was like, girl, you just gonna walk inside my house like that? Yep, the door's open, so why shouldn't I? So that's a common theme amongst the sister cousins. So the reason she's over there is to talk about the property. She let Jarmisha let Jaquita know that she met with Grandma Oscarine. I think she had done that before. And she told her, listen, I need some backup right now. I feel like I'm doing this on my own. So you know what? I need you to get involved in this project of trying to keep that 2 acres in the family. So with that, Jaquita comes over with a drawing as far as a plan of how they're going to have the 50 doors built. And she's like, and we're also going to have like a dog park in the back area of it. Because if you're watching the show, you see that the empty lot, or the 2 acres is right next to some residential building. It's like an apartment complex. So why not have another one, keep going? And with her saying that they're going to put in like a dog park in the back, Jarmisha was like, oh, look at you gentrifying the property. So I'm like, all right. That's something you got to think of, all those people that have pets, that have dogs and stuff. And that would be a nice selling plan. Nowadays, they have these buildings where you have so many amenities within the building. Of course, you have your apartment upstairs, and then when you come downstairs, you have your gym, you have your dog park, you have your room where you can have your meetings if you're work from home, which a lot of people are doing lately. You also have a playroom for the kids if it's a kid-friendly building. You have your pool, and I don't know if I say you have your gym, so something like that. There's a lot of those type of buildings in the big cities, and people are paying the rent or buying it as co-op condos, the mortgages for those places. So that's something that they need to think about. She said that we're gonna have to come together as a team to make sure that Grandma Oscarine keeps the property in the family, and that the G1s needs to get on board. So that's where we left them. I believe Jaquita had to leave because she's going on a trip. So she had to leave to go pack. So that's the next scene now. We have Jaquita at home packing for her travel buddy birthday trip. She said she have a few friends that are having birthdays and they're heading out of town. I'm not sure exactly where they're going. We have Justin, which is Jarmisha's husband, texting the guy group and telling them like, listen, when the ladies have their night out, we need to go out as a group and have some fun. So Chris came over and he's telling his wife, hey, this is what Justin want to do, me, him, and Larry. She's like, all right, no problem. So then they get into talk. Then he gets into talk and say he haven't heard from Nicole or Jarmisha regarding the contract. Remember, they're saying going forward, they're going to make a contract with Chris because they need him to be in the office when they need him to be in the office to do their marketing and take their pictures and stuff like that. And he talked about that for a little bit. And at the end, Jaquita was like, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. We know that she's going to stand on the side of her husband, because we saw when they were having the discussion at the photo group that she made sure she stood by his side and touched his shoulder like, baby, I'm here for you. She went in the confessional and said that, listen, it's hard being in the middle. So I just have to be here to make sure that I'm kind of a level-headed between the two. Chris and Nicole has been clashing for a long time. She's saying that he doesn't come in the office. He's saying that when he come in the office to try and work with the clients, he get kicked out. So therefore, let me know what I'm allowed to do. And when you do figure it out, send me a contract and we look it over and see what we could do about it. So, with that now, he's like, I booked a client. He booked his first client with another, not with Braden, somebody, another realtor. So I know Nicole's not going to like that. That's my competition. What you doing? But I guess Chris did it on purpose. So we're going to see what happened in the next episode when that come over. And she was like, well, look at you. Congratulations. And like I said, he was talking about the contract. He's like, they're not reaching out to me. I still got to do my stuff. I got to build my brand. So I got to do what I have to do. So that's where they left it. Now we are at Nicole's house. And this is the day when she's having the girls' night in. So we see poor Larry sleeping. Larry is sleeping because he's tired. You work nights. That night shift takes more out of you than anything because I've done it. And it takes a lot. So Larry's, and I'm not sure what he does. So maybe what he's doing is also physical. So, you know, he's tired. Let the man sleep. And then Nicole gets in the conversation and said that, you know, maybe I should respect people's time when they need to sleep. And Larry's like, say that again. Say that one more time. So I found that to be funny. He's like, Larry, you got to get up. The girls are coming over soon. And you got to go hang out with the guys and stuff. So he got up and they were talking a little bit. She's like, listen, I got to get ready for these people coming over. So let me go start cooking and whatever. Now we see the ladies arriving one by one. First we see Monet. She's already there. And we see Monet open the front door. And girl, woo, the stretch therapist that Nicole ordered, that man was fine. Of course, Monet, you know, she's shooting her shot. But I like the way she did it real close. She did it quick. She asked him like 4 or 5 questions, and the 5th question was, are you married? And he was like, yeah. So that was shot down right then and there. Girl, yes, you gotta respect it. The man is married, you gotta back off, and it's good to ask early. So then we have who came over next? I think it was Jarmisha that came in. We got Lakeisha, Jaquita. So now we have everybody taking their turn. They're getting stretched. At some point, all you heard was moaning and groaning. And all they were making the most of it. They were having a good time. And at the point when Aunt Nikki walked in, like I said, all you hear was moaning and groaning. She's like, what the hell is going on here? And that's where they left it. The ladies were having a wonderful time. Now, with that, we're flipping between the boys' night out and the girls' night in. We see the guys go out to eat. It's Chris who is Jaquita's husband, Justin who is Jarmisha's husband, and Larry who is Nicole's husband. Those are the 3 that went out to eat. We have Chris congratulating Justin on his closing. You know, he closed on his newest listing. If you guys know anything about real estate, and if you're splitting that commission check with the broker and the realtor, and it's a 50-50 split, you know that is a nice little commission. We're talking thousands of dollars. So he congratulated him on that. We have Justin asking Chris, so have you seen your contract yet? And he was like, no, I'm still waiting for Nicole and Jarmisha to get it together and send it over. And they have to understand that if they don't send it over, I still got to keep moving. They talk about how the family, the Braden family, is a women-driven family. Started with Oscarine and worked its way down. As you know, it's 4 girls and 1 guy that Oscarine and Frank had. And now all these daughters that they have. I think there is 1 son. I forget who the son is for. And he's the one who made the brisket in episode 1 when they had the family dinner. And somebody was talking about, give me some barbecue sauce or something for my brisket. He's like, I ain't giving you nothing because my brisket is juicy. I'm like, oh my God. That's right. Don't mess with a chef and his food. Oh my God. So yeah, so back to the guys. Like I said, Chris was like, I haven't heard from the ladies. They haven't sent me anything, and I gotta move on and do my stuff. And Larry was like, why don't you just follow up with Misha, which is John Misha? And Chris was like, you don't think I should follow up with Nicole? Like, Nicole is not a people person. And Larry's like, nope. I'm like, oh shit, how you gonna say something like that about your wife? But yeah, that was funny. According to Chris, Larry is funny without even knowing that he's funny. But we're gonna see more of them hopefully. But I'm liking this show so far. Honestly, I am. I'm enjoying watching it. Now, like I said, we were flipping between the boys' night and the ladies' in, and all the ladies gathered on the sofa and they were talking. And I believe Aunt Nikki told the rest of the G2s that the project has been put on pause, that, you know, she's considering keeping it in the family. Jarmisha at that point let them know that she did speak to Grandma Oscarine and trying to convince her that, you know, it's best to keep it in the family and develop the property. So hopefully the other aunts and uncle is on board. So that's where we are with it. They were talking to Lakeisha about her relationship with her and Caramel. They want to know what's the next step. It's only been 2 years. You know, we date kind of long in this culture. You know, some people jump right in, others we need to feel it out for a while. They want to know what's the next step. You know, are you gonna marry her and stuff? And Lakeisha was like, yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works down the road somewhere. They talk about an event that they have coming up, and they wanted to know if Lakeisha was gonna come. She wants to know about the home buying seminar and stuff like that, so she's gonna come somehow. And then I believe it was Nicole who says, or no, one of them blurted out, make sure you keep your money separate. She's like, you could marry her if you want to, but make sure you keep your money separate. And then somebody else asked, it was jumping all around, so I wasn't sure who was talking. She's like, which one of you over here want to share your bank account? Everybody started speaking Spanish. ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué? ¿Por qué? What do you guys? Nobody wanted to talk. And I believe they also spoke about Chris and his attitude. Nicole did. She's like, she don't know of nowhere that anybody could go and work and tell the company that I ain't gonna do this. I'm gonna do what I want. And I believe Jaquita, who is Chris's husband, said that's because he's bossy. I'm like, oh my God. And then she let him know, don't worry, I'm not gonna go back and tell him anything that was discussed here at this meeting. And Nicole said, yeah, because he may not always be your husband. Oh my God. I said, what? I think Aunt Nikki touched Nicole and rubbed her on the shoulder like, girl, you're doing too much. But then Jaquita went and agreed in the confessional. Or was it right there in front of everybody? Because Nicole told her, listen, no matter what, we will always be a family. We'll always be here for you. But he may not always be your husband. So, I don't know, she's giving her some sort of warning or whatever. I'm surprised Jaquita didn't say, worry about your relation or worry about yourself. Don't worry about me. But I don't know about that statement right there. That one kind of got me. Like, Nicole, did you really say that? So yeah, that was the back and forth between the two groups, and I believe that's where it wrapped up this week. Yeah, but like I said, I'm still getting to know everybody, still getting to know the show and stuff. But so far, I like it. Nicole, let it be known that she is not the chief executive officer of the family. She put that in the confessional. She said it's Chief Executive Oscarine. It's whatever Oscarine have to say that goes. And I'm assuming at one point they're saying that they really need to wrap up this property because Oscarine is in her 80s and God forbid she should go. They want to make sure that, you know, everything is in order because they don't want to be any infighting with the family, which is, you know, it's sad to say, but business is business. You got to put things into place to make sure that when the next person have their home going, that there's no fighting between the G1s and the G2s and stuff like that. So that's where we have it. It's a huge family. I'm so proud of myself for remembering everybody's names and the order they belong. Of course, I have my notes, but it was a good second episode to watch. If you haven't started watching it, make sure you go ahead and watch it. And until next time, guys, I guess that's it. Yeah. If you're interested in more reality TV reviews, celebrity gossip, celebrity news, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. The notification button should be on automatically, but if it's not, make sure you click it. Go ahead and check out all of the links in the description. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.